Hi, I'm Buffsto, the Elder Weeb.
And I'm Red, the bald-headed witcher.
We are the anime boys.
Anime
Dude,
boys.
uh, have you been listening to Corridor Disturbed recently? It's kind of hard to tell with that fucking grunt, boy.
You can't
Hell
really
yeah.
tell the difference anyway.
You can't tell the difference, dude. Fucking Disturbed. You better own up to Coffee and Corn. I know you did. They came out like a decade before you did.
You know you did it. You know
Fucking,
you copied them. You know what you
you,
did. You didn't just watch it
you
off
know,
porn, you liar. Like,
it's for it. I think that's their. I think that's the tribute band. Record.
that was a good one. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
dude. But anyways, We're not here talking about late '90s, early 2000s rock bands. We're
No.
talking about Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer, baby.
We're continuing on with Demon Slayer, our
Hell
epic
yeah.
journey of a boy who lost his family and is holding on to what's left.
Hell yeah. So
Let's.
the last place that we left off was when Nezuko just shipped with this man's neck like a chicken. Like
Yeah, she spun it right round like a
right
record.
round, baby, right round, like a record, baby.
Yeah, man.
But she kicked this man so hard his head spun 4 times around his body. Like
Yeah,
I
and
don't think a
then we follow it
chiropractor's
up
gonna
with
fix that one. Like
we fucking follow it up with her doing a fucking helm splitter on him, but she fucking
dude.
misses.
Yeah, she definitely
And
misses.
it, but even though she misses, she left a fucking hell of a crater. Meaning, if she hit this dude, his head would have fucking exploded.
Yeah, because her foot made an imprint with a giant. It's like when Rock
It's a
Lee's
fucking
weights hit the
crater.
ground, dude.
It's not even an imprint. It's a fucking crater.
Yeah, like I said, it was like when Rock Lee dropped his weights kind of
Yeah,
situation, dude.
dude. Yeah,
It gave
except the
you
weights were her leg.
just the feeling of like, oh shit. Like,
Yeah, she's super strong, and Tanjiro, this season, Tanjiro decided, you know what, I got to do to handle this. I need to go straight to the source, the Shadow Realm.
yeah, so he
So,
leaves Nezuko to the protecting of this girl and this other little boy who's just, or actually he's a man, but
he's a man.
a
They're both
man
like
and woman.
girl's like 16. This dude's probably like 17 or 18.
Yeah, so
But yeah,
but leaves Nezuko to protect them while he just takes a good old tar bath.
yeah, man. He goes into the swamp.
Yeah,
You
my
can hear
boy.
you can hear All Star in the distance.
Yeah, you can see Shrek kicking down his little
Check
commode
that there.
door.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
see
dude.
Shrek's ass coming off of the commode.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah, that's what it is. It's in the toilet. It's in Strick's toilet.
That's what I
It's
was
so
just. That's what.
murky and
Yeah,
dank.
it's either
Yeah, hell
that or
yeah.
it's the lake or the little swamp lake that he took his bath in.
Yeah. The only other thing I could think of is it kind of looks like that scene, that lake from Lord of the Rings with the corpses in it.
Ooh, that's a good reference
Yeah,
too.
it's kind of what it looks like. It's very
Lord,
dark and murky.
Lord of the Rings reference.
Hmm.
But
And but yeah,
the
he's in the
swamp
Shadow
water looks
Realm.
crazy. Like
Yeah,
they call it the swamp. That's actually what it's called.
the swamp. They're straight up just these demons don't have names. They're just the swamp demons.
So yeah, that's they literally have no names. Even though there's fucking 3 of them, they have
Uh,
no names. But he jumps down into
yeah.
the
Well, I think
swamp and he sees like remnants of clothing from their past victims.
yeah.
So he
I
basic
think he saw. I think. Oh, sorry. No, you continue.
no, you go ahead.
No, no. I was just saying. I think it's implied the one he saw was like the girl they kidnapped. They took the last time, which is the dude's fiance.
Well, no, like there
I want
was
to say.
no. It was just everybody, all of their victims' clothing, like from the
Yeah, yeah.
village.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. But anyways, he's going in. They're like, "Oh, dude, it's dumb. You're in like deep, dark, murky water. How can you hold? How can you think you're gonna hold your breath for that long?"
yeah, man, this is our domain
And
expansion. What you gonna do about it?
this is pretty much a double expansion.
But they are severely underestimating my boy. Like, you don't just tell Tanjiro he can't do something. It's just not a good idea. Like, it's not a good idea.
Yeah, man. And
Um,
dude, his mountain the runs on the mountain has paid off very well.
yeah, so he can hold his breath for like 2 hours, which is kind of crazy, you
Yeah,
know.
dude.
Um,
Yeah.
but in while they underestimated him, this man just ripped them to shreds in a whirlpool. Like
Dude, he causes a fast enough of a rotation
in the
with his fucking water
water,
breathing that he creates a whirlpool that tears them to shreds.
in the water. Like
Yeah.
it's
And so I think
insanely hard to move in the water.
and it's like I would say like we've already said it before, but dude, this show does not shy away from showing you just fucking brutality.
Oh, it does not. This
And this
man
is like
got
because we just see these
ripped.
dudes just get ripped to shreds.
Absolutely, like their arms and legs are just everywhere.
Yeah.
Their heads, unfortunately, did not get cut. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, they did. They totally did.
He
That's
cut
yeah.
their heads did get cut. Yeah.
So they did all this like
But
super cool moves to think that they could get the drop on him. He did this awesome fucking whirlpool, just ripped their whole bodies away,
mhm.
and just caused a absolute destruction of the area. So
Yeah.
this is where he
Then
finds a familiar piece of clothing from one of the demons of the three of the
yeah.
bodies, and he picks it up.
Mm-hmm.
And but after all this is going down, they kind of cut back a little bit to where Nezuko is protecting the family above.
Mm-hmm.
So Nezuko's taking on the last demon above ground and knocks the breath out of this man. Like, just
Yeah, she fucking gut punches him.
gut punches this man so hard that you
Yeah.
could see his nuts fall out of his lap. Like he coughed up his nuts, dude. Not literally, but that's how hard she fucking hit him.
He may as well have. That's one thing I will say I do like in the series is that because given that Nezuko is now a demon, they could very well have just made her like she's just a thing that Tanjiro carries, but they give her a lot of like agency and things to do
Right.
as well. Like she very well could have just been in the box and just been there like to sort of like look cute and whatnot.
Yeah.
But but instead they have her join the fight as well.
Yeah.
And dude, to be honest, they take full advantage of what she can do as a demon and her strength as a
Most
demon.
definitely. Like the absolute
Especially
destruction behind her attacks are just
especially considering
phenomenal.
she's not eating a single human.
Right.
That she's able to do this shit is fucking insane.
It is absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm.
So as all this is going down, the guy, after just getting his shit knocked in by Nezuko, tries to go back underground into a swamp. But
Yeah.
Nezuko says, no swimming for you. I got the no swimming
Nope.
sign. Like, I posted it right over there on that wall. Let me just kick you out of your fucking domain. But
Sorry, dude. I'm more of a Megamind fan.
he got a little
No
too...
Shrek. No more Shrek.
he got a little bit too close to Tanjiro.
Yeah.
Tanjiro
It's not.
comes out of the ground just swinging. Like,
Yeah. He
but
gives him the Black Knight treatment.
he really does, dude.
He just cuts off his arms.
he
his
cuts off
legs.
his arms and legs, and then gets tired of him talking, so he cuts out his fucking tongue too.
Yeah, dude.
He's just like, quit talking. Now answer my question.
Yeah, man. He's interrogating. It's like, why would you kill like these younger girls? And he's like, God, dude, listen, they don't taste good after 16, especially when they get older. So I'm like, I'm doing them a service. They get to stay young
No, that's
and
not the
die
question.
young.
That's not the question that he's asking.
That's not the question.
He's asking
Mhm.
about MJ.
Well, no, that's what the question. That's what the last question is. But he
I don't
first
remember
said,
him asking about the
I think.
girls, but
But either way, there's a bit where he talks about the girls
okay. Well,
he kills, and then he asks him about MJ. To go, Have you heard? Do you know where Michael Jackson is? Where can I find him? And next thing you know, he's like, oh no,
He's a smooth
no,
criminal.
he's a smooth criminal. I don't want to see the man behind the mirror. No.
You stole it, dude. I was going to say that too.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I'm glad we were
Oh
on the
hell
same
yeah.
page. But
Uh,
this demon is legit terrified to even speak whatever his real name is. I don't know his real name.
yeah, dude. Whoever this demon is, he sparks fear.
So basically he hates him so bad, and Tanjiro's just like, yeah, he's not gonna answer my question, so I'm done with you. Chops his fucking head off.
Yeah, dude.
um. So
And thus
after, oh, go
and
ahead.
thus concludes the Beat It arc.
The shut up, dude. That was good. But the problem with the missing children is solved, so no more milk cartons.
No more milk carton.
Nezuko immediately goes back to sleep. Like, and
Uh-huh.
we get this really awesome scene between um, Tanjiro and Kazumi, which is
Yeah,
the
the
guy.
dude,
So
the guy. He's the
Kazumi,
guy.
yeah, Kazumi lost his fiance to the swamp demons, and in
Yeah.
return of doing that, Tanjiro picks up the piece of clothing for basically it was just the inner jacket of one of the swamp
Hmm.
demons, and it held
Yeah.
her hairpiece that they collected, which was a ribbon,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he gave it to him.
But no, I like this scene because it started off with before he even gives the hair pieces, the guy is not having a good time. He is straight up just traumatized, like, oh, I lost my fiance to him. And he's just in the fucking ditch. And Tandra's like, you need to move on. Like,
Well, yeah, this happens
you
after
can't,
the.
you can't, you can't, no, because it ends with him giving the thing. But anyways, he's like, you don't understand, dude. How could you understand? You're just a kid. And then Tanjiro gives him the hairpiece, and they start to to walk off. And the man,
So
as he's walking off, the man is like, Kazumi is like, wait, you have lost somebody. Like he has been through something similar.
So
And
I have like a whole note that explains it pretty well.
okay,
It says he doesn't understand what Tanjiro has gone through, and yet Tanjiro gives him
hmm
his loved one's hairpiece, and
hmm
then it finally clicks to the stranger or to
yeah,
Kazumi that Tanjiro has been through the same situation.
yeah,
Um,
that about covers it. And what I like as well is he said as he's like realizing how similar Tanjiro's situation is, or that Tanjiro's somewhat of a kindred spirit, he then looks at Tanjiro's hands and describes them as heartbreaking
yeah. Um,
because they should be the hands of like a boy, but instead they're calloused and like scratched and have
mhm.
all this like
Tanjiro has them
all the
thick
signs.
hands.
Yeah, dude, all the signs of someone who has been like working themselves like to the bone with training.
Yeah, it
Hmm.
looks his hands are just really
Hmm.
uniquely designed too, or detailed, uniquely detailed. Man, the detail that they put into the scruffs and dots and bumps on his hands were really
Yeah,
nice.
man.
But after all this is going down, he walks off. The crow follows Tanjiro, and we get a revenge speech from him. So basically, it's just him talking about the revenge that he's going to take on MJ for taking down his family. And I'm gonna keep calling him
Hmm.
MJ. You can call him whatever you want,
I'm
but
a Listen, I'm gonna call him, and like I said, just because he just looks so much like Michael Jackson. He is
it
Japanese Michael
really
Jackson,
does. And
or maybe even though I'm pretty sure he'll probably be defeated by the end of the series, maybe he became Michael Jackson. He changed forms and became Michael Jackson.
but
Oh yeah.
the crow gives him another mission to go to beautiful downtown Japan. Oh my
Yeah,
lord, this place was
it's further
so
up.
really pretty. Because if you really think about it, it's like the hustle and bustle city life of like old style
Yeah.
Japan, and compared to today's, it's just like, whoa, this is crazy. Like just the era
It's
that
got
Demon Slayer has involved itself in is really really good.
yeah.
Um,
It's in the Taisho era, which is I looked it up. It's like between like 1912 and like 1926.
yeah,
So this is
it's
sometime like in the 20s, I'd say.
yeah,
So Japan's basically almost having its own version of like the Industrial Revolution.
yeah,
It
pretty
has that
much.
kind of aesthetic to it.
And it everything looks really pretty. Everything's like business oriented. You got a bunch of like business people, like women wearing their kimonos, men wearing business suits
Mm-hmm.
and hats, walking around. Um,
Mm-hmm. Poor
but
Tanjiro is super overwhelmed.
super overwhelmed. Uh, but bumps into and as he's overwhelmed, he bumps into a hooker making her wares.
Yeah, and then
And then he runs away and
after that,
he finds Krillin, the
he
udon
find he
making
finds
master.
yeah, he finds a kind old man running in a udon stand. Like, finally, something I'm familiar with. I want two bowls of I want a bowl of udon, please. And
um,
this udon looks really fucking good too.
dude, and he
Uh,
dropped it.
yeah,
I'm so
because
mad when
he
he
picks
dropped
up
it.
he dropped it, but that's because he picks up the scent. He smells that Michael Jackson is in town.
And this
He hears
scene,
a he hears a distant hee hee.
like with the scent, it spells out hee
Yeah,
hee, like,
is this
and it just goes under his
hell
nose
yeah.
like a cartoon, like with the pie with the fingers
Yeah,
grabbing their
yeah,
noses.
and then Tanjiro goes, oh,
Oh, he starts moonwalking over to MJ.
yeah, yeah, dude,
I think we're taking it too
you
far,
come to
but
style. No, I don't think we are.
he
I don't think
starts
we're
going
taking it far enough.
in, grabs his crotch, and says, "Boo boo, who's the smooth criminal now?"
Okay, okay, no, that's a little too
I
far,
don't give a
I
shit.
think. But yeah, but anyways, he smells Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's in town. It's his new tour. It's like, oh shit, I'm gonna go find him and I'm gonna go kill him. So he rushes in.
I'm gonna
But
go
it turns out,
inject
oh
him with
shit,
poison. Like,
and
um,
oh shit, he comes in. He says, oh shit, he's got a family.
he got a kid, dude. That new
He
demon
got a
posing a
kid,
human life.
and
Like,
yeah, man. It's like, how do they not know? How do they not smell his fucking horrible fucking stench? This guy doesn't
right.
fucking shower, dude. He's like a League of Legends player.
He's like a Discord manager.
It's like a Discord mod. He stinks, but she loves him. How can she love him? Does she know what he is? And
Mm.
as like the confused wife is just seeing this like kid just staring at her husband, she's like, is something is he all right?" And then MJ's like, nah, he's just a stranger.
Yeah.
Nothing about it."
And in order
And
to take distraction away from himself, he ends up using one of the
well,
passing by people.
yeah, his claw is a I like it because like his fingernail extends and it turns blue.
Yeah, it's
And
really cool.
he just does a quick little swipe.
And
That's
like
it.
it was really smooth how they did it with the animation too.
Yeah. Actually,
Um
I think what this like you said like as a distraction. I think it also doubles as him like giving Tanjiro a glimpse of what his power is and what he can
Possibly,
do,
but
like what
honestly,
he's capable of.
I think it was more
Like
of a way to
this,
get his family away from the situation
I
so that he could deal with
I
it.
think so. But at the same time, like Tanjiro seeing a man just give one little cut and it turns a dude into a demon.
I mean, I feel like Tanjiro picked up on
Yeah.
his power, but I don't think that was the intended purpose of the guy
Mm.
getting turned
I
into one.
still think I think he's a little bit of it. Now, it could, like I said, he definitely is trying to get the fuck away from him.
Hmm.
But
I
also,
don't
like I
think it
said, I
was
think he's
a.
also just he's letting Tanjiro know, like, yo, you might not want to fuck with me right now.
I don't think it
I
was
watch
a.
what I can do.
I don't think it was a big dick swing, but take it as you want. Oh, everybody has their own way of looking at different things.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, what do you guys think in the comments?
Yeah, just tell us what you think of that scene.
Tell us what you think of that scene. I'd be
Settle our
interested.
debate. Settle our debate on if MJ can.
I,
Sorry. Settle our
it's all good.
debate if you think MJ can moonwalk his
Yeah.
way out of any situation.
Oh, dude, he obviously can because
Or if he
he just
just
did.
or if he just like just full on crotch
Like I said,
grabs his
I think
power move out of there.
I think it's both, but yeah. But anyways, the dude turns to a demon, immediately goes feral,
Oh
and
yeah, this is
Tanjiro, all I
crazy.
can do now is just watch in horror as this dude is like eating his wife.
Yeah, dude, this is
And it's
crazy.
like
Well,
it's like we got it
trying to
gets
eat his
really.
wife.
He's trying to eat his wife, but at this moment, it seems he is succeeding in eating his wife in front of all these fucking people.
Yeah. So
Until we
like
get to episode 8.
yeah, so when episode 8 comes in, he jumps onto the demon and takes him like
Yeah,
tackles him down. And he's trying to keep him away from the wife and everybody's just hobbling like hovering around him. I'm like, you just saw this man bite this woman's arm almost in half and you're just going to stand
yeah,
around him and Tanjiro is just like, "Hey, get out of here," before he goes like insane. Like, listen to me.
yeah.
You don't want to be here. And at the same time, Tanjiro is
Oh,
trying to give his revenge speech over to
yeah.
uh,
It's like oh,
Kabutsuji or
he.
whatever his name is.
I said Muzan. It's just Muzan. You can just call him Muzan. But he is. But I got this written down pretty good. I said Tanjiro yells Muzan's name and gives him a. Do you know what I'm talking about
What
when
now?
I say a shocker moment? So in the '90s Spider-Man cartoon, there's a bit with the black whenever Spider-Man gets the black suit.
Mm-hmm.
He's chasing down Shocker, and as he's chasing Shocker, he's just screaming out, "Shocker, you get back here! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!"
I don't think I
Like
remember that,
screaming.
but sure.
He is chasing Shocker and screaming like a madman as if he's about to murder Shocker, and Shocker is fucking terrified.
Okay.
But that's what but I'll send you a link to it after this recording. But that's what this reminds me of. Is this Tandra's like, I will find you,
And I
and when
will
I
kill you.
do, I will kill you.
He's using that the flex
That
from
that
Taken.
that yeah.
So he's giving his little
Mm-hmm.
revenge speech on how he'll track him down to the ends of the earth. And the cops have now come in and they're trying to
Yeah, man.
get Tanjiro off. And Tanjiro's like, "Do not
It's like,
come near
yo,
me." And they're like, "This dude's
get off
drunk."
him.
Like, this
This
dude's like,
dude is drunk.
so in order
And
to get Tanjiro out of this situation, we get introduced to two new characters in the
yeah,
most
we get
interesting
introduced.
and really pretty fucking way. Uh,
Yeah, we get introduced to Tamayo,
yeah,
and she scratches her arm, and all of a sudden these fucking flowers just appear, and everyone's just sort of awestruck.
it's
And
like everybody's just
it's
passing
so
out pretty much. Like,
uh
um,
it's so pretty looking. I like the idea. It's like her blood, the scent of her blood can cause like have different effects and like cause like illusions and whatnot.
and it's
And it's
really
so
cool. Like,
fucking cool.
I know that it wasn't but for just a split second, but the way she gets her
Hmm.
blood to release the smell, she gouges
Yeah,
her arm like with her
she literally
fingernails.
scratches her arm open. Yeah,
God, that was such a cool ass
yeah.
like scene, and to just pass it off like it didn't hurt was really really
Hmm.
cool. I was like, man, this
She's
chick.
probably done it so many times that it just doesn't phase
Well,
her
that and I
anymore.
feel like demons have a certain tolerance to pain that
Have a pain tolerance. Yeah.
yeah, which you don't know that for sure. I'm sure they all feel pain, but I feel like only
Hmm.
when pain is in a severe situation.
Hmm.
Because we get a
I can.
glimpse of pain in the later episodes for demons.
And dude, that
Um,
shit's fucking pretty
yeah,
brutal.
it is pretty brutal.
You know.
But
Uh, but yeah, so Tamayo is a demon who's also a doctor. She
yeah,
works on humans, and um, it's a very interesting dynamic that we'll start getting into as these episodes carry on. So, but anyways, we cut back to MJ, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, you guys go on home. I got a business meeting to attend to."
yeah,
And dude, okay, this next scene is. You want to take it away with this next scene?
yeah. This next scene is insane. Insanely crazy. So
Yeah.
MJ drops his family off and says, I have some business to attend to here in town, and I want to go back and check on this man just to see if he's okay. And his family's like, no, don't leave. And he's just like, oh, don't worry about me. I'll be home later. We'll eat supper. And his family takes off, none the wiser. And he then has the death stare that literally sends shivers down anybody who sees its spine. It's
Yeah.
looking at it, it even gives you
He's
that vibe like, holy
This
crap,
guy,
dude.
and he has an intent. Like the stare has an intense fucking aura around
Devious,
it.
malicious, murderous vibe to his stare. Um, but he's
Yeah.
he's very, very distraught. And he's walking down an alleyway
Mhm.
and he bumps into a drunk man or a bunch of drunk individuals.
It's
And
a group of drunks,
yeah, pretty
and
much. And the drunk man is pushing the wrong buttons. Um, and MJ tries very hard to say, hey, sorry, I've got some things to attend to. And this man's just like, oh, so you think you're better than me? And he's just pushing the wrong buttons. And MJ just finally had enough. And he just smacks him, like bitch slaps him, like a pimp hand slap, like
mhm.
back of the hand, and
Yeah, dude,
shit whips this man into a brick wall.
into a
Like,
wall,
dude.
and the dude's immediately dead.
Yeah, immediately dead. Just gone. Dead. And
The impact of the wall probably didn't kill him. It's probably the punch alone that killed him.
yeah. Um and then he's like, "Are you sure you want to mess with me now?" And the
Yeah.
big drunk guy comes up and he uppercuts this guy into the air so hard that he floats above the buildings. And might I add, these are tall
Yeah.
fucking buildings. These aren't short buildings.
Yeah.
These are tall city-like buildings. And he uppercuts this man. And he just hits the ground like a sack
Mhm.
of fucking potatoes, instantly dead.
Yeah.
And he then corners this other girl. And he basically overloads this woman with his own blood.
With that's his venom.
Yeah, so
It's his.
it's
Yeah.
it's his blood art. He
Yeah.
sticks his fingernails into her forehead and starts pumping. It is his blood.
Large.
It is his blood, by the
It's
way.
yeah, but
Um,
it's I know, but it's described as venom because it's like a substance mixed with his blood.
yeah, but either way,
But yeah,
he's pumping large amounts, and he said, "You know what I can do with large? Just I can turn people into massive murderers just with a small amount of my blood. What do you think I could do with overloads of amount or like overloads of my
it's
blood?" And he just
and it's
starts
not just somewhere
pumping
like on a vein; it's straight into her brain.
like straight into her brain, and you can see the blood coming out of his fingers inside of her head, like up
Yeah.
on her skin. It's how
Mm-hmm.
good that the detail of this scene was really really good.
Uh-huh.
But it causes the most agonizing bloating of the
Dude,
body,
yeah. She
and
blows and then like fucking melts into fucking bio
she
goo.
she blows like she bloats up and then sinks down into goo and then just
Mm-hmm.
dissipates into dust. And it's like, holy shit. Holy
Mm-hmm.
shit.
It's so fucking brutal. Like most things would like shy away from it or just cut away. But it's like no, just fucking show it.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking brutal. And all this was in response to them saying that he looked sickly, and he
Yeah.
takes great offense to looking to being called sick or looking like he's about to
Pale.
die.
Yeah. Because he doesn't want to look
Like,
like
he
a
doesn't like being
demon.
called pale.
I don't really get the point of that, but I feel like it's going
Well,
to
no,
be
I think it's
explained.
more. I think it's more like people like he sees it as people demeaning him because he doesn't look well, and he
Oh.
doesn't want that. Again, he doesn't like that because he's like, no, I am much stronger than I look.
I guess so.
I think
But
that's what it's where it boils down to.
either
But
way,
anyways, he
he,
calls up his boys,
yeah.
and his boys he calls upon the hit squad.
Ones that he made them think that they were part of the 12 Kitsuki.
Mm-hmm. But actually, no, that they're just followers. They're not
Yeah,
even
no, but
the
they think that they're part of the Kizuki, the 12
mm-hmm.
Kizuki. He makes them believe that they are because it's explained later in other episodes. But
Maybe I don't know. I don't remember that. But anyways, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. But anyways, he's like, "Yo, I need to track down a demon slayer that has Hanafuda earrings,
Yeah, it's
and
we get some Tanjiro daddy lore.
then get some more where we get a flashback to NJ. He seems to have a very colored past uh men with scars on their foreheads with Hanafuda earrings.
Hanafuda
Definitely,
earrings.
definitely not his dad. Definitely not his dad. I
No,
don't know why you
definitely
think that
not.
much. It's not just that the dude looks like Tanjiro and the thing. Yeah,
No, not at all.
definitely not. No, no, definitely not his dad.
But then it cuts over
Anyways,
to
back to Tanjiro, and
Tanjiro.
Noodleman is very unhappy.
Yeah, because he left both. He dropped his noodles on the ground and he left Nezuko. Like, um,
Hmm.
so double double strike for this man. And he's like, "You dropped my
Yeah, man.
noodles!" And Tanjiro is just super adamant about getting two more bowls of udon. And he's like, "Are you gonna
Hmm.
actually eat it this time?" And he goes Naruto mode on these noodles, dude. Like,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
just
dude. He speed runs those noodles.
he just slams down the money. He's like, "Give me two bowls," and he just fucking chows down on them noodles. But
Yeah,
then we just get another uh little flash of the guy that was the boy that was with the doctor. Which
yeah. Yushiro,
yeah, Yushiro, or like I like to call him, Mean Green.
Mean Green.
That's what
He
I
was kind
call
of
him
a
in my
dick.
notes, dude. Um,
Mean Green.
uh,
It's
but
pretty good.
he basically says, "Hey, I'm gonna get I'm gonna show you where we're hiding because the doctor asked me to, not because I want to. And I can't believe that you're traveling with someone who's so fucking ugly. Like,
And as soon as Tanjiro hears that, it's like, "Excuse me, motherfucker! I'll have you know, she's like Nezuko is the cutest girl in my village."
like he just defends his sister way too hard
Yeah,
on her cuteness,
yeah, man.
to be his
And she is
brother.
pretty
Like,
cute though. Yeah,
oh,
no, dude, he 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 knows she good. He. I don't even say what I was gonna say there.
don't say anything at all. Like, that's
I'm
probably
not.
the best way
I'm
to
just
leave
gonna
it.
leave it.
But
I'm not.
they end up finding the doctor's pad, Harry Potter style. Uh,
Yeah, dude. I also put down that the dude pulls a Harry Potter.
uh,
Hell yeah, you beat me to it
but
that time. We're 1 for 1
yeah,
now.
yeah, bitch. Call me Steve. But sorry. Uh, but either way, the
but, but the doctor's got the husband and Dr. Dre locked in her basement.
yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
So
Sorry, I had to go for that one.
go ahead. Go. You can explain it for me from here.
All right. So Tamayo here used to be a follower of MJ, but was able to break his curse, and now she gets by taking the blood from people by disguising them as blood donations.
Mm,
So when people are donating their blood to her, it's really just she's just really just getting her food supply
pretty
so she
much.
can survive.
And she
Um,
has an interesting way of treating people.
mhm. And he asks her, and basically what she does, she is able to turn a person into a demon, turn people into demons. However, she only reserves it for terminally ill people that want to become demons, which is very interesting.
Yeah, and so
Because
even the even Mean Green got that chance.
mhm. Yeah, because he was one of the people that he brought back.
Yeah, so she gives
Um,
them the option to become a demon
mhm,
rather than dying, or just letting
mhm.
them die, depending on
Let
their
him die. Like
choice,
she gives them a choice.
which is really
And I
neat.
think Tanjiro, I think I'm trying to remember what it was Tanjiro asked her. I think he asked her like how if she knew about how to turn a human back turn a demon back human.
It's basically what he asked, because that's
And
what leads
yeah, yeah,
into.
and then she's like, it took that someone who isn't MJ took about 200 years to do so,
Yeah,
which is a long
and
ass fucking time.
yeah, a very very long time. And
Mhm.
basically she's just like, hey, it's almost impossible, but
Mhm.
if we can get our hands on a specific point, like a specific amount of blood from a specific set of individuals, we might can
We
speed up
might
the
we might
process.
we might can do that.
And so basically she is explaining about the 12 kizuki, which is
Hmm.
explained to be people that MJ gave his own blood to become demons of his
Hmm.
form. So if you think about it,
Yeah.
Nezuko is one of the 12 kizuki.
Well, no, oh no. So the 12 Kizuki are, so there. Muzan has three different things. There are regular followers that have his curse that he imbues with his curse that do his bidding, and then the Kizuki are 12 demons that are extremely powerful.
Okay, so I didn't.
It's a very specific range. It's a very specific thing
Okay, all right then.
because that's like when we get into the next arc, that next demon is a former Kizuki,
Yeah.
and
So
they're notated by the marks on their eyes. But yeah, but other than that, Muzan has other demons under his curse as well, not just the Kizuki.
yeah. So
Yeah.
basically what's going on here is she's just explaining to him what they need, which is blood samples from the 12 kizuki in order to speed up the
Hmm.
process. But as
Hmm.
she's explaining all this, it cuts over to his lackeys, MJ's lackeys,
Yeah.
and we get this really awesome, incredible, like ethereal looking sight from one of the
Yeah.
lackeys who has eyes in his hands.
He's like a blind. He's a
Insanely
fucking
good.
blind dude
Yeah,
that
he's
uses arrows.
well, I don't think he's blind. I think he can just use
Hmm.
his hands to see. But I don't
Yeah.
think it was fully explained that he was blind because he saw him in the battle without using his hand. But we'll get into that. It's not that big deal. Um, but as this is happening, they're just sitting there talking it up. Mean Green's being disrespectful. Doctor's about to fuck this kid up. um, and basically, she gives Tanjiro a disposition of using Nezuko as a test subject in order to find a cure for demonism, is what I call it. um,
Demonism.
and as they're talking this through, we find out how big a girl's how big a demon girl's balls could be.
Yeah.
We get a huge bum rush of a, what do they call it? What was the ball name? Like, what was the name of the, like,
It's a Tamari ball.
a Tamari ball gets launched through their house and it
Yeah.
bounces around the house and it
Yeah, dude.
cuts us into episode 9. Um,
Yeah.
so basically, at the front of episode 9, just like every other episode, we get a little short recap of what happened for the people who are keeping up with it per episode weekly, which I would have found
Hmm.
insane. I would have drove myself crazy watching this one by week. Um,
Yeah.
but the fight
The
ensues
shit's the seal's been broken, and along with the house of seal. So shit, they're just exposed now.
pretty
No more
much.
Harry Potter shit. They're
No
like, nah,
more.
man, I'm more of a they're more of a Percy Jackson fan.
But the dynamic demon duo is here to fuck shit up.
Yeah. Arrow
um,
and Yahab, the Arrow boy, he doesn't quite like blood and dust on his clothes.
no, because as she's
He's like,
throwing
ugh.
these balls, they're collecting dust on his kimono, and he's like,
Yeah, and he's
"Quit
like, I don't like
throwing
this.
dust on my fucking kimono, or I will murder you, you dumb
Quit
whore."
dissing my drip. Quit dissing my drip.
He hates dirt and germs for just not in
Yeah,
a obsessive kind of way. He just hates germs. Um,
yeah. Uh,
but
But these Samari are fucking shit up. Like normally they're super light, got bells in them and shit. But this shit's like a fucking like a rock. Like super,
Yeah.
they're super fucking hard.
Yeah.
And poor
So,
Yushiro gets ass blasted.
oh man, this dude, he poured too much mean green on his hair, and she wiped up all the she wiped up all the germs and off his head.
Yeah, dude.
So basically, he just gets beheaded.
Yeah.
Scraps of his head just get splattered all over the wall from this
Hmm.
tamari. It was crazy looking. It was
And
so
then it grows
good.
back, and you see the fucking muscles and shit
Dude,
just
that
like
was
slowly growing
so
back.
good. The way that the
Hmm.
man, the detail that the production company put into this anime is top notch. Top notch.
Yeah.
It's incredible, just the tiny details. Like, who would have thought of reconstructing like muscles and tendons and building up all the way back up to the
Yeah.
top of his head? Like, they even
I mean, that's how
showed his
that's how
hair
if
grow back out.
I mean if you regenerated a head, that's the process it would take or
Yeah,
would have to take in order to reform.
yeah. So
Uh, but yeah, dude, it's fucking nut.
yeah. So they ended up
And
after all the dust fades and all of the stuff goes around, and the two demons are arguing with each other. The dust fades away, and Tanjiro is revealed with his what is it, Hanamura? No,
Hanafuda
Hanamura,
earrings.
Hanamura earrings.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Um, they found their target. Um, so basically, she starts throwing her stuff in, and she's thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck this whole like building up by myself." So as all these balls are like coming in and out, he parries one of them, which was crazy because when he parried
Yeah,
it, it spun around and still hit him. Like,
yeah.
it was really good.
And
So
it's like,
like,
all right, that's not working. I'm gonna go in for a thrust.
yeah, he's just gonna thrust the
However,
ball. So he did. He grabbed the ball, he thrusted his sword through what I think it was just one or two.
that's just one, I think.
But either way, he cut one of the balls, and she's like, she's like, "Do you really think it works that way?" And she threw it off of his sword and then spun it around the room again. He's just having
Yeah.
the hardest time trying to figure out what's going
Hmm.
on here.
But
Um,
yeah, Yushiro's big mad. It's like, oh fuck, our cover's blown.
why the
Thanks a
fuck would
lot. I know you should
you?
have talked.
Why did you let these idiots come into our home?
We got a
But
target on our back now. And then the fucking Susamaru, the Tamari lady, just grows more fucking hands.
oh
And
man, she goes Mortal Kombat style on his ass.
she she's got so many arms. Ben 10 is jealous.
I was thinking more of the guy from
Goro, you think of Goro?
Goro, that Goro. I went with
Yeah.
Goro. I'm glad we went two different paths there. Um,
Hmm.
but either way, more arms means more
And
balls. Let's go.
and they're tossing and tossing. It's like, oh shit, they're going in so many different directions. How can I tell? And Yushiro's like, yo, just look out for the arrows. Tanjiro's like, what the fuck do you mean by the arrows?
He's just like, I'm
I
not
was
a
like, god
demon, you
damn.
idiot. And
God
Mean
damn,
Green,
you can't see him.
he's like, Mean Green's just like, ugh, if I have to do this for you too, he throws his little demon sight sketch or whatever it's called on his
Yeah,
forehead.
it's
And
basically it's like a little seal that gives
yeah,
Tanjiro
that
like his sight.
that was the word I was looking for, was seal, but I couldn't get it
Yeah,
out.
seal.
But as soon as
Yeah.
he sticks it to his forehead, Tanjiro can see the
It's
arrows that the other guy is controlling to spin her balls in multiple directions.
the arrows look so fucking cool.
Dude, and we get this really, really awesome 3D movement of Tanjiro dodging the balls.
Hmm.
The absolute insane like detail to him moving and dodging in this scene with the 3D
Hmm.
motion of him swinging his sword it was so good. I don't know if you put that in your notes or whatnot, but
I had not, but dude, it is really sick.
and
The fight's fucking picking up. We're now outside the house.
Yeah.
Shit's getting crazy. Tanjiro runs up the side of the fucking house,
Dude, yeah, he just runs.
which is
Like,
fucking insane.
uh, um, and now this man just opens up his mind eye.
Yeah, dude.
And Nezuko ends up taking on the six arm lady, and Tanjiro takes on the guy with the arrows to split them up in order to make the balls be more dodgeable. I'm not trying to say dodgeable, but
Yeah,
like they can figure out the movements better.
yeah.
So Tanjiro is just she goes to throw in a ball, and or not Tanjiro, but Nezuko, she goes in to throw a ball, and Nezuko goes to kick it back at her, and when she
Mhm.
kicks the ball back at her, it takes her fucking leg off with it, dude, because
Yeah.
of the force behind this ball, dude. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. Oh my lord, it was so good. Um,
Yeah. And fucking, meanwhile, Tanjiro's getting fucked up by these arrows.
yeah, Tanjiro's getting fucked up by these arrows, and I think hang on one second. I think my notes are a little mixed up here. Um, no. Tanjiro ends up cutting all of her arms off, and then he goes to go for the arrow guy.
Yeah, it goes for the air guy. Yeah, he
Uh,
cuts her arm off, trying to question her, but then they just fucking grow back.
and she's like, "Fuck you! I'm not gonna do that."
Fuck you.
All of her arms
Yeah,
grow back insanely fast, and she
yeah.
just draws back for her other attack.
And then Nezuko then gets fucked up by the arrow boy, and then after that, Nezuko's fucking pissed. She's
Nezuko's just
heated.
mad. So she gets yeeted into
She's
the
pretty
house,
bad.
and the doctor's trying to heal her up. But as this is going
Hmm.
on, we get this really awesome fight scene with Tanjiro.
Yeah.
Um, dude, this is really, really cool. We also get a little
Hmm.
sneak peek of what Mean Green can do. He can actually
Yeah.
hide his presence and conceal his presence and make himself invisible, which is really,
Yeah.
really cool. Um,
Hmm.
but the arrows are just being an absolute nuisance to Tanjiro. So while he's just trying to figure out what to do, the demon wraps the arrow around his arm. And he's like, "Well, you thought
Hmm.
too long. Now I'm just gonna rip your fucking arm off." But Tanjiro's like, "Nah, he
Not
spins.
today.
He spins in the opposite direction of the arrows and spins the arrows
Hmm.
off of his arm. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Hmm.
But
And
I'm
then he's like, and then he's
like,
like, yo, all right, you're able to do that. All right, so how about this? I'm gonna give you the fucking eight direction omnidirectional Mega Man
God, this
shit.
was so cool. He's just
And
shooting arrows everywhere, and it's launching Tanjiro up because he
you know,
stabs Tanjiro with an arrow.
yeah.
But go ahead. I'll let you explain this one.
Okay, the Tanjiro gets stabbed in one area. He's like dodge doing it and all whatnot. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna split them off into eight directions, so you're gonna get tossed every which way. It's gonna be like that fucking scene in Ocarina of Time when Sheik gets tossed into the fucking Shadow Temple.
Oh man.
If you remember that scene where she gets whipped around,
Yeah.
it's like that shit. Um, but what Tanjiro does is, as he's going in every direction, he's doing different spins and maneuvers to lessen the blow
Which is
because he's like getting
awesome.
yeah, and the fucking the animation of the arrows mixed with the water is so fucking cool
Oh
looking.
my god, dude. The way he uses them is to basically project himself dodging in midair, just
Yeah.
trying to with like block his blows from hitting the ground. And
Hmm.
man, the way he just spins and uses so many techniques at once, is phenomenal. And plus, I just love the
Yeah.
water work behind his moves, like how the water
Yeah.
animations flow, which is really really incredible. But go ahead, keep talking. I just wanted to make my
Mhm.
little
Oh
tidbit.
no, that's about all I got because right after that, Tanjiro takes him out
Yeah, Tanjiro basically
and
just
fucks him up
rushes in. He's using the arrows to his advantage, by basically spinning himself with the arrows with the
into
water
him.
wheel
Yeah.
into him, and he uses the propulsion of the arrows spinning him and his technique to cut this bitch's head off, just clean off.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, dude.
but he at the end of it, he's like, "Oh, I'm not done with you. I'm not done with
Oh,
you."
I fucked up with the eight directional thing. The eight direction thing is next episode.
No, it's not. It's
Fuck.
this one.
It is. It's episode 10. I got it in my notes here.
Oh yeah, because at the end of this
You
episode,
probably do too.
at the end
Yeah.
of this
Yeah.
episode, he cuts his head off, and then it bumps us into episode 10 with a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It's episode 10. He kills him, but in his death throes, as he's dying, he does one last move, and that is the omnidirectional move.
mm-hmm.
Where
Well, before we get too far into that, I want to talk about how when his head hit the ground, his eye was dangling out of his fucking socket.
that shit's pretty good.
Again, the brutality and the just no hole bars like attitude that this anime has is amazing.
It's really good.
But the decapitation did nothing to this man. He said, "Fuck you. I'm not done with you. You made me dirty. It's my turn."
I'm gonna make you dirty by splattering you on the fucking walls.
I'm Dirty Dan.
And he's like, "Yo, when we played Ocarina of Time, you about to be like Sheik." And so Tanjiro's using multiple different techniques to soften the blows.
Yeah.
And that shit's fucking hype.
But
he's fucked up. He's fucked up. But sadly, there's still the Tamori bitch.
Yeah, there's still the Tamori bitch. But at this point, Tanjiro has already broke his leg and his rib. Because he did not land gracefully.
Yeah. But it's all good because Nezuko's a fucking expert at kickball.
Dude,
she's a champion.
Yeah, she's a champion at kickball. So they're just basically parrying each other's kick back and forth.
They're just rallying it back and forth like a game of tennis. I call it kickball tennis.
As soon as she kicks the ball back at the six arm, she is just having the freak out of the century. She's like, "Oh shit!
Yeah,
how is she doing this?" And basically,
she's very strong.
Nezuko kicked the ball so hard that it went past this woman's head and just straight into the wall, like just making a massive crater.
Yeah.
And but the doctor has had enough. The doctor said, "You know what? Shut the fuck up. I'm tired of you talking."
You know, fucking Jay, King of Pop my ass.
That's what she said. My ass. That is funny. Oh my lord, that's funny. But this is crazy. So she's basically just biding her time. And she's just talking about it. And this girl gets so worked up and so upset that she releases a few words that she probably shouldn't have said. She mentioned MJ's name.
She says his name.
She mentions that she mentions that Billie Jean is his son.
Yeah, she says she speaks the forbidden name, and then all of a sudden you just hear in the distance, "Oh!" And then a bass boosted version of "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough" starts playing as this horrific scene.
Don't stop till you get enough. Get up. Don't stop.
Yeah.
Don't stop till you get enough.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, this is great.
this is going, the curse is going through, which is a bunch of fucking arms just appear out of her,
God,
like a hand
out of
appears
her
out of her mouth
fucking mouth,
and just
dude.
starts ripping her body apart.
Dude.
And the way it's described is this curse literally just tears you apart to the last cell.
And then Tandro is just
And
like,
it
oh, well, that's why he didn't mention his name.
and all that's left is an eye, a arm, an eye, and a bloody kimono.
Dude, and it was a slow
So
death. This was had to have been over like
yeah,
30 minutes of the body decomposing itself from the inside out. And
yeah,
he finally they end up using the arm to get blood, but we get this really
uh-huh,
nice scene of the woman talking, wanting her, or not woman. It turns out that this girl is an actual little girl and who
yeah.
got turned
She
into a demon.
mm-hmm.
And she's
And this is what that really kind of got to the feels because like
me
Tandra's just
too.
sitting next to her and it's just her like you hear the ringing of her Tamari ball and she's saying I just want to play. And it's like oh fuck,
So basically,
damn.
she's just begging for her Tamari, and he's like, "Here it
Uh,
is." And he just acts like this woman
mm-hmm.
didn't just try to
Yeah,
murder him. He's just like, she's
yeah,
like, will you play with me?" And I was like, "Oh man, why you gotta do this? Why you gotta do
uh-huh,
this to us?" And but
yeah.
Tandro handles it
Um,
like a fucking champ,
and
dude.
he and Tanjiro is really like poetic speech like monologue to himself where he is like reflecting on like how many people she must have killed and how even demons are like treated poorly and he finds it especially tragic that there's no trace left after they die,
Yeah, this is
like there's no body to bury, no nothing, it's just they're just gone.
yeah. But after
And
this
it's
really awesome, beautiful, like little scene between him and talking about the demons in general, it pumps Tanjiro up even more to kill MJ.
yeah, he's like I'm gonna fucking get you. I will
um,
say though, with the scene of her getting torn apart, I do want someone to edit in. Don't stop till you get enough.
don't
Just
stop till you
playing as
get enough. Get up.
it's the
Don't
curse.
stop.
It's his stand. Don't stop till you get.
Her screaming in the background of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
song.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But then we get this really wholesome scene of Nezuko coming in, and we can see that not only does Nezuko see humans as family, but also
yeah,
demons who have good
mhm,
hearts as family.
yeah, yeah. Because like
And
because of how good of a person Tamayo is, she doesn't even sense that she's a demon. She sees her as a human,
right, and
and
we just
that strikes like a chord, like a very very emotional chord in Tamayo.
yeah, we just get this really awesome backstory of
Uh huh.
her offering his life for the
Uh huh.
demon, being a demon instead of dying.
Yeah.
And he finally compliments Nezuko. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Mean Green finally isn't a little shit anymore. It's like, okay, yeah, you're kind of cute, I guess.
she isn't all that bad looking.
She's
But
not that bad.
all with all this going on, the doctor offers to take Nezuko with them to move locations to keep her safe. But Nezuko grabs
Yeah,
Tanjiro's hand and basically tells him, "Fuck you, dude. You're staying with me.
it's not good. Hmm.
You're staying with
But
me."
but anyways, as they're about to head off, they get the next mission from his crow. They're going southeast,
Yeah, they're going south,
southeast,
southeast,
southeast.
southeast,
Yeah, yeah.
southeast.
And so they're going, they're trucking, and on his way, he sees one of the people who took the final selection,
Yeah,
and
yellow hair.
he's currently screaming at a girl to marry him. It's like, oh, please, just marry me.
Marry me,
And I just have my notes. It's just,
please.
and I just have in my notes is he's a fucking weirdo.
He kind of is like,
Even
um,
listen, that's my favorite description I took for like an older YouTuber I used to watch. It's just describing like people like this and other things. It's just you're just a fucking weirdo.
dude, this dude.
Because this is yeah. So
But that bumps us
even this
into
little
episode.
sparrow is stressing the fuck out.
Yeah,
Even this little sparrow is stressing out.
but
But yeah,
this moves us into episode
it's
11.
actually
Um,
let me see, did I not write an episode? I did not write an episode 11. Fuck.
This leads
Damn
us
it.
into,
Okay.
because at the
Okay,
end
this
of
leads us
episode
into it.
10, it shows us the character, but in episode 11 we get the scene of him begging her to marry him.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
Um,
okay, gotcha. The he is super he's super much a fucking weirdo. The fucking sparrow's stressing out
but
and he's just screaming, he's like, please, please marry me. And what she does, she just fucking slaps him.
let's just give
A
credit where
hell is
credit is
dude,
due
the
to the
slap on this
yeah.
fucking
Oh,
it's
I'm
so
sorry.
no, you're good.
I'm sorry. We're
Uh
talking about two different things at once. My bad.
oh sorry, you go no, you go on, you go on. I thought you were talking
I
about
was just
slap.
talking. I was just talking about a tidbit. So
Yeah,
basically, like you got to give credit where credit is due for the voice actor who plays Zenitsu,
yeah,
Zenitsu.
yeah.
Man, the amount of
Listen,
voice
man, I don't
strain
know.
that this man had to go through to be perfect for this role. Ugh, like I couldn't
Like,
do
give
it.
it to like either him or and even the Japanese actor as well. Because like, damn, like you're fucking. How many throat lozenges did you take
Yeah,
for this role?
yeah,
How many
it's
how many how many tins of sucrets did you go through?
dude, it had to be a
How
lot.
how much
It,
how much water did you drink?
God, dude, I could imagine he had like a jug of water next to his stand with him
It was
talking
just
into
like
the
a bit.
mic.
It's just a gallon.
But
It's just chugging from.
but as you were saying though, Tanjiro steps in. He doesn't remember this dude at all, but he
Yeah,
steps in trying to save the girl. But this girl don't need no damn help.
she just fucking slaps the shit out of him.
Like she continuously slaps this man with everything that she
There
has.
is there is impact in that slap.
God, dude, like you can feel it while
Yeah.
watching it. It's that bad. Um,
But even Tandra doesn't know how to deal with this situation. He's
so
like,
he
oh, what's going on here?
so he's just talking about how he's gonna die. He has to protect him. Why did you get
He,
in my
he
way from getting married? This was my last
he's
chance
like,
before I die. Blah
yeah,
blah blah blah
he
blah.
is he is super stressed because he thinks he's just weak. He thinks he's weak. He's like, dude, I'm a weakling. I can't fucking do anything. I'm just
Dude,
gonna fucking die, dude. I
it's
might have survived 7 days of this thing, but I'm gonna die, man. I'm gonna
I'm
fucking
gonna fucking
die.
die.
And we get a little tidbit as well where he says that he accrued a massive amount of debt because he was trying to impress a girl, and because of that debt, he had to be trained as a demon slayer to pay it.
Yeah, which I don't think that was
And
mentioned in this episode.
no, it is. He said he talks really fast, but he mentions it a little.
Okay, I didn't catch it because
Yeah,
I was just annoyed at this man's voice at this point.
yeah, but yeah,
Uh,
that is something he did say.
but
But anyways, he's a spastic. He's a outside down. He's a fucking spastic weirdo.
this man is so spastic that this
Yeah,
man's literally screaming about death while going into crab form. Like
yeah, dude.
God, it's so bad. And then
Yeah,
finally the scene passes and he's following Tanjiro to the
he,
next job site.
he's finally calmed down a little.
And he goes to share his lunch with Zenitsu. And he
Yeah.
cuts it in half so that they both can have some.
No, so
Um,
originally Tanjiro gives him the whole rice ball, and then Zenitsu splits it.
well, that's who I was talking about, Zenitsu. I guess I just
Yeah,
worded it. I
yeah.
worded it bad.
But
But yeah,
yeah, but
Zenitsu.
Tanjiro's straight up just gonna go hungry, but then Zenitsu's kind of a bro too. And it's
Yeah,
like not here.
like nah. Here, have half at
And
least.
then we find out one of Tanjiro's many other abilities is he knows what animals say,
Yeah, he
and
literally
because he
listens to Sparrow. Uh,
he's like, dude, you need to stop yelling. You're stressing out your sparrow.
he's like, you can hear that. You can hear that thing talk. Like,
It's like, yeah,
and
I
then
can.
Zenitsu just freaks out about the crow coming in. And
hmm
oh god, this dude, I hate this dude.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
But
I
I like
absolutely hate his character because of how much he
I
yells.
I so like I like the dynamic of what they go for, especially with his like with the scenes involving him doing action. And I think with one of the later episodes, it gives you some more insight into him and whatnot. And we'll get to that when we get to that episode. But at the moment, Zenitsu is a spastic, kind of annoying weirdo.
Yeah, he's just
Uh,
ugh.
like
He's that kind of guy you
is
just don't
even
want around.
even even Tanjiro, like he just gives him a look,
Yeah, he just
like a
kind of
fucking.
quits talking to him, dude.
It's like because like I think it's whenever he was doing the is it the girl he was screaming at the girl to marry him, and
Yeah,
Tanjiro just has like this like disappointed like look of like pity. He's
cringe
like,
face. That's
oh,
what
it's
that is.
cringe.
Crin-
He posted
He posted
cringe.
cringe. How
It's
dare
like,
him? But
dude, you're fucking, you're less than human. Fuck.
they finally
Demons are more,
yeah, it's
yeah, demons are more human than you, dude.
yeah.
Come on.
But they finally arrive at the new job. Um so
Yeah, an
so
old manor.
basically, and then we get an explanation of how Tanjiro can smell things really, really well, but
Yeah.
Zenitsu can hear things insanely well. So
Mm-hmm.
Zenitsu starts hearing this really crazy drum, and he's like, "Hey, can you
Yeah.
hear that?" And at the same time, they look over, um, and they see these kids hunkered down in a bush, and they find out that
Mm-hmm.
they followed this monster here at this house because they took their older brother, and they
Mm-hmm.
followed the blood trail of the demon taking their brother into this home, and they're just super
Yeah.
freaked out. They won't talk to Tanjiro, uh, and he does this really
Yeah.
mega Chad thing. He pulls
You,
out the sparrow,
yeah.
and it
Yeah,
just
dude.
calms
He
them
does a little.
down.
Yeah. Again, Tanjiro's brother of the universe. He's a really, really good kid that knows how to handle other kids
Yeah,
because of him being the oldest brother.
but then Zenitsu starts hearing the drum again. He's like, "Do you seriously not hear that?" And then we get intense drum sounds. And with each
Mm-hmm.
drum smack, which was really cool by the way, we get a zoomed
Mm-hmm.
in motion towards the top window of the house. And we just
Yeah,
get this
dude.
guy get yeeted out of the
Dude,
window.
I I also said that in my notes. He just gets yeeted out of the fucking house.
But
But
the monster
from the
just
top.
fucked him up.
Yeah.
Poor guy just
Um
escaped to die.
yeah, dude.
but
And so Tanjiro, like he sort of embraces the body. As soon as the dude dries, the drums get even faster, and there's a roar that comes from the house.
yeah,
And then you know what
it's
that means? It's time for some Tanjiro and Zenitsu Scooby Doo mysteries.
yeah. Let's get on there and in there, Jinkies. uh,
Jink, he's got to have to give Zenitsu a Scooby snack.
he really does. Like really, dude. Like, come on,
Yeah, dude.
Scoob.
Come on, like zoinks.
Like Zoink Scoob. What you doing for a Scooby snack? but
Uh,
but as he's going through the
um,
house, Tanjiro gets sent into a whole nother fucking spell.
yeah. Hmm.
God, this dude's so
Oh,
goddamn
well,
annoying.
one thing is he leaves the box with the kids
Yeah.
before he goes
Oh
in.
yeah, I forgot to mention
Yeah,
that. So
yeah, yeah. He's
he's
like,
like,
just leave this.
I need you to protect this box with everything. It means more to me than my own life.
Mm.
Which will come in handy, or
And
we'll come back to later. Um,
yeah, but yeah. So
but
far the house is normal, but all of a sudden, shit. The rooms start to the drum starts beating,
yeah, and they
and dude,
start hearing it.
it's so fucking cool because like each beat is just another location change, and it's such a cool like
It is
visualization
it is a
of
cool
it. Like it's so
visualization. Like because Zenitsu accidentally pushed Tanjiro into a room with his ass. Like his booty
yeah.
bumps him into another room, and Zenitsu is just immediately gets he takes the little girl. I don't think we mentioned that. Oh,
No,
the
no,
kid.
no, 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 no. Tanjiro has the girl. Zenitsu has the brother.
That's what I said. Oh, Zenitsu has
Okay,
the
okay.
girl, and
Yeah,
No,
because
Tanjiro has the girl, Zenitsu has
Tanjiro
the
has the
boy,
girl. Yeah, as the brother. Yeah,
and they get
and
separated.
yeah, they came in because they're freaked up by the box.
Yeah, but as Tanjiro gets yeeted into this other room, this huge demon just comes into frame, like just
Mhm.
chilling there, like ominously, just menacingly, just staring,
Yeah,
just talking to himself like, man, you guys are just insects in my way. I can't stand this little kid. He got my drum. How the hell did he get my drum?
yeah, I'm
And
fucking pissed.
Tandro is just trying to talk to this dude, and he's just not having it. And it cuts over to the scene with Zenitsu and this kid just
Yeah,
calling him out.
dude, he's just fucking roasting him.
This scene gets really crazy because it shoots over to so many different storylines so quickly throughout the
Yeah.
whole thing that it's hard to keep up with at one point.
Hmm.
So it gives a short little cap of Tanjiro with the demon, then it gives us a short cap
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Zenitsu with the boy, and then it flips over to the crazy
Yeah.
boar hat guy.
Yeah,
Um,
but yeah, so Tanjiro's confront the demon. There's this fucking demon is like I love the design for it. It's just this big, buff ass demon with drums fused into its body,
yeah, this thing is
and
crazy
it's
looking.
so cool looking. But anyways, Zenitsu is he's searching for a way out, and as they're searching, oh shit, there's a crazy man with a boar head,
Yeah,
and he immediately just starts running.
yeah, he just
Like fucking
starts. No,
steam
like
comes out of his nose, and
yeah,
he
he
just
just takes
bolts.
off. Yeah, and when he takes off, he ends up running through walls.
Yeah, dude.
And as he's running through walls, we get cut back over to Tanjiro with the demon. And Tanjiro's just
Yeah.
like, okay, man, I've had enough of you talking. It's time for an attack. And as he goes to try to rush in for an attack, the demon uses one of the drums on his body. And when he hits it, it changes the room sideways. Like it
Hmm.
just turns the room
Yeah.
sideways. It yeets the little
Yeah.
girl into to the bottom of the room, and
Mhm.
Tanjiro's having trouble balancing himself.
And then meanwhile, the fucking boar man just kicks his way through
Yeah,
off one of the through one of the screen doors that's above that's now on the side. So it's like a cool. He's coming in from the top of the room
yeah.
now,
So like it
and
cuts
it's
from
so
him going through a
fucking
hallway into a room, like just sitting, like
yeah.
standing up, into a room that's facing straight down whenever he comes in. It's like a really
Hmm.
cool like
Yeah.
mirror like
Yeah.
type effect that they used in the animation, which is awesome. The animation that they
Hmm.
used in this like this part, my voice is starting to give out. um
Yeah.
when they start doing this scene, it's just insanely good. But Borhat
Hmm.
starts coming
And but
in and
and he's the thing I fucking love about him is his fucking he's not just uses swords, but he's dual wielding serrated swords.
which is cool because he has two fucking
And so
swords, and we haven't seen
yeah,
this yet, but we'll get to it.
hmm
Um,
yeah. But so anyways, we get to episode 12, and this man is he's a fucking madman with a one-track mind of killing
he
demons.
really does. Like he's just like all about, hey, let's
Like
murder.
I want to,
Like
I'm gonna fucking murder these demons. I'm gonna do it.
he just comes in and uses Tanjiro as a bounce board, and they
Hmm.
change the room up again, and the boar hat's stepping on the little girl, and Tanjiro just yeets the man across the room. So
Yeah.
instead of Borhat attacking the demon that's across the room from them, he's like, "Nobody yeets me, not a human," and he starts attacking
Hmm.
Tanjiro.
Tanjiro. It's like, come on, dude, there's a fucking demon right here.
it's,
Don't stop. It's like, I don't care. You shouldn't have thrown me.
but then
Hmm.
as they go to try to attack the demon at this point, as finally Borhat stops attacking him and goes in for the kill for the demon, the Lucio demon uses his drums to attack. I call him Lucio demon.
Yeah. Oh
um,
yeah.
but basically he just ends up changing shit again. So and
Yeah,
before that Borhat can rush in on him, he changes the room entirely. So Tanjiro's
mhm,
nowhere near the guy again. Borhat uses this as a chance to just get away, and he's like, "Fuck you guys, I'm going for
yeah,
demons." Runs away, and like I said, this part is so hard to follow with talking
mhm,
about because it just cuts between so many
yeah,
different stories. But
yeah. Well, yeah. So Tanjiro also finds like another like corpse,
yeah, out in the
and he
hallway.
smells a very strange scent that he's not smelled before.
Yeah.
And then we hard cut back to Zenitsu, and he's just stressing out this kid because this kid's like, "Yeah,
No,
dude,
no,
you're
no.
supposed to like be."
We get a little snippet of the older brother using the drum before this.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what it is.
Um,
He's sitting in the middle of a room holding a drum.
so basically,
But
the
yeah,
older brother found or excuse me, the older brother got a hold of one of the magical drums, and he's using it to
yeah,
protect himself by changing the room whenever a demon
the
comes
room.
around. And
Yeah,
then we get cut over to
um,
Zenitsu, and
to
I'll let you
Zenitsu.
explain. I'll let you
And
explain this one.
he's stressing this poor kid out. Like, he's supposed to be like, yo, dude, you're supposed to be like reassuring me. You're like a demon slayer, but you're making me feel not you're making me feel worse about the situation. And there's even a point where he starts screaming about, you need to be quiet. There might be a demon around, and ironically, he causes him to attract a demon. But this dude looking hella ugly. He looked like he got hit by a fucking car. This fucking demon,
Dude, this fucking demon
this
uses
tongue
his
demon.
he uses his tongue as a weapon.
He's the licker's dumb cousin. No one invites.
By the way, let's talk about the porch under, like, inside of a room in a house.
Yeah.
What room has a
Mhm.
porch? Like,
Well, I think it's just the way the stairs are set up on it. So it's just like a small like under space.
but it goes across the whole
That's
room,
how it.
so that doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
I don't know. This whole entire house. I think because of the way the demons are within it, it's just fucking
It's crazy looking.
otherworldly in terms of like impossible space.
Bro, I am
It's
retarded
fucking
sometimes.
what?
One of my notes, it says the demon uses his tongue as a weapon, kind of like me.
Damn it, dude.
I'm sorry,
Oh
dude.
yeah. Oh
I don't
yeah.
know why I put that down, but let's keep going.
Hmm. So yeah, he's running, and they get quartered into a room, and the stress is building on Zenitsu. It's building a building, and then he just passes out.
Yeah, he literally just falls
And the
asleep
demon
out of fear.
and the demon is like, "Yo, now I'm gonna be able to eat easily now because I don't gotta worry about this kid."
He's actually
And
baffled
before,
that he just passed
yeah,
out. Like,
he's like, "Yo, you fucking passed out. Shit, you made the shit easier for me, man. Haha, fucking idiot." And then as he's encroaching and got his tongue out, about to have chow time, all of a sudden the tongue gets cut.
just out of nowhere, we just
And
get a flash of his
mhm,
tongue getting cut
and
off.
then see Zenitsu is up. He has passed out, and his demeanor is completely even his voice has completely
This
changed.
is crazy.
It's no longer weak, timid, and panicked. It is now stronger and slightly more confident. And
Calm.
he says, his lightning style, lightning breathing, and then he just fucking kills the demon in one quick dash.
Dude, just one quick
It's
singular motion.
it's so fucking cool looking. That's
But
one
then he
thing
goes,
I like. And then he wakes up, he's like, "Huh? What? Oh, what, did you kill him?"
"Holy shit, you're a god!" Like,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
protect me, child.
Hmm. And the kid's like, "What? You don't know you did that? What?" He's like, "What? Huh?"
He just kind of goes with it. He
Um.
doesn't even like flow.
Mhm.
He's just like whatever. Like,
Yeah. That's the thing, I like that part of the dynamic with Zenitsu where he is shy and timid, not aware of his own strength, and is only realized after he's passed out,
yeah, it's kind of
where
weird.
that part of him surfaces. And I think as the series progresses, that will be sort of what he will build more towards a little,
Yeah,
where it'll start toning down a bit more. I think,
yeah.
but we'll have to wait and see. But it's fucking cool. Anyways, we're back to Mr. Boorman. This dude, we found out this dude's been in here for 3 days.
Yeah, he really
He's
has.
been
He's been in just running
he's
the fucking halls for 3 fucking
this
days.
he's been in Luigi's mansion for 3 days.
Luigi's
And each
Mansion.
time he's like each time I get near this fucking drum fucker, the room keeps changed on me. I'm pissed.
Dude, it's bad, dude. It's like so funny.
Mhm.
Every time he gets close to any demon, it's like the room changes.
Yeah. And then
But
he runs into Fat Bastard.
fat bastard. He does. Uh, um. So basically, he finds this just big fat fucking demon and instantly kills him. This is how crazy that this guy is. Just Boarhead just climbs him and just cuts him away in seconds and just keeps trucking.
He cuts his arms off and then fucking beheads him.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
And
it's
just
so
one like
smooth.
smooth swipe of emotion.
Yeah.
And he just keeps trucking. He's like, nothing's getting in my way. Like
Mm-hmm.
he said, another one bites the dust.
Um, and then so we cut back to Tanjiro and the drum demon. This is where or this is the drum demon in general, I think.
Yeah,
And
the
he's a we find out he's a former Kizuki who's wanting to try to regain his spot
yeah.
because he wants to be recognized as like a formidable force by being a part of the Kizuki.
Yeah. So
And but anyways, and we also find out that that he lost his drum from a scrap he had with the other demons.
right. So like he lost it is a little he's like, I can't believe that those fucking demons got my drum released to that kid. So basically they were fighting over who is going to get the kid, and the demon scratched the drum off of his back, and he basically the kid took it and immediately hit the drum, and then everybody got yeeted across the house. It was really good. But as but that's when we that was after the whole like tidbit of him becoming part of the or not being part of the 12 Keys game. He, Tundra had found the brother.
Yeah.
So that's when we find out that he got his drum ripped out of his back.
Yeah, and so we're here with the brother, and we're talking. I think he's like, yeah, the demon said something about Maruchi, and like, oh, what's this? And all of a sudden, we get the crow come in. It's like, yo, here's what Maruchi is. It's a special type of blood that has a shit ton more nutritional value than a normal human.
Yeah, it's like the most rare blood that there could be, but he's found like several. I think he said he found like 20 or so with the same type of blood, like same victims.
Yeah.
But Tanjiro has his special ointment for the kid who got his hurt. And I just love how the crow explained all the blood types. It was just that was kind of neat.
He explains it, and then it's not there in the dub and the sub. He fucking roasts the kid and said, "I'm gonna fucking pick you now."
Yeah, I'm gonna pick you now.
That's the one thing I like is like in the sub, the crows are are kind of they're kind of a dick. At least Tanjiro's crow is kind of a dick. But yeah. But anyways, Tanjiro, he's like, all right, I think I've learned this pattern, and I'm gonna take this fucker on.
Yeah.
And so the fight ensues, and dude, this fucking fight is so great.
This is a crazy ass fight. So basically he's just facing this demon. The demon just had enough. He's like, okay, it's time to do away with you. I'm tired of you getting in my way. So basically he shows him the different things he could do with the drums. So he used one of them to scratch the floor. And so basically, like you said, he's just figuring out the patterns, and Tanjiro is in terrible pain. and is still fighting because
Yeah.
he has
Yeah,
not yet
because he still
healed.
hasn't recovered
Yeah,
from the previous injuries.
exactly. So he still has a broken rib and broken leg that was not fully healed. Um,
Hmm.
but Tanjiro thinks back to the wise old man's teachings, and he just gets back
Hmm.
up and says, "Let's do it.
Yeah,
We're finna fucking
yeah.
fight." And
His resolve is strengthened, and then now we get into episode 13,
yeah, and we
where they
decided to
decide to stop
extend
her.
it. We decided to extend it a little bit further just because we wanted to finish the fight. So,
Hmm.
but this fight is crazy, like really, really
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, dude. I think you mentioned that even the animation is so like well done that even like you started getting feeling a little like motion sick
God, yeah, you
during
start
it
getting really
because of the
motion
way.
sick.
Like, well,
Um,
I watched it on TV, so it wasn't too bad. But looking at it on a fucking computer, like right across from me,
yeah,
it fucked with my head a little bit.
but
But
while all this is going
anyways,
on, it kind of shows this little bit of him getting thrown around the room, and it shoots back over to Zenitsu's story. Um, so Zenitsu is scared again. He's roaming around the rooms, and the room changes. And as they're walking, it falls. The floor falls out from under them. They keep falling through doors, and we get a
mhm.
little snapshot of them falling outside of the upstairs window. Um,
Yeah,
and then it cuts
they
back over
thankfully
to the
get yeeted
Tanjiro
out.
fight. Yeah, and then they get cut
Yeah,
back to the Tanjiro fight, and this demon is really fucking up Tanjiro's equilibrium. He just
yeah,
keeps
dude.
tossing him around the room. Um, but
Hmm.
Tanjiro
And
like
Tandra,
he just uses the epic
dude,
strategy. Hey you!
hey, you fucker! I'm a still dodge. You toss me around, I'm still gonna dodge you.
He just says,
And
"Hey
it's
you,
just,
bitch, over here! I can smell you. Like,
mhm.
I can smell you."
um, I can smell you. But he lands down. He lands down near some papers, and he immediately dashes away from them, and it sort of makes you wonder, oh, what are these papers? And then we start getting a small like glimpse into who this demon was in the past.
Yeah.
He was a writer who was not respected for his art. The dude, like this dude's like straight up roasting, and it's like, dude,
Well, it's
this
because
shit's fucking derivative.
that was his dad
Yeah,
who was like
yeah.
talking shit about
It's
his
like
craft.
bullshit, derivative. I hate
Gross.
this shit.
This shit
You
is
may
so
as
pathetic.
Wait, you fucking gonna post this on fucking fanfiction.net, huh?
But the only reason that this sends him back into this is because Tanjiro like dodges stepping on his
Mhm.
writings.
On his writing.
Yeah, so he dodges
And
the writing, which I think Tanjiro did it not thinking about it, and he just kind of did it, but it kind of set well with the demon.
yeah.
And then we
Well, no,
got this demon
I
lore.
think when he saw, I think he saw, took a quick glance down and saw what the papers were,
Hmm,
and that's what. Otherwise, he probably would have stepped on them. But as soon as he realized, oh, this is writing, like I'm not gonna step on this.
pretty cool. I didn't realize that.
And but yeah, hmm
Um, but
it's very quick. It happens very quickly, but that's what sort of happens, and is like implied later on at the end of the fight.
so this man just gets really upset that he just shit on all of his like hobbies, turns into demon
Yeah.
mode, and that just pretty much turned him into what he is today.
Yeah, that's
Um,
because like he's like, yo, if you're since you're not so good at writing, you might as well go back to playing your drum. You're not even good at doing that, and
yeah,
that's what caused him to sort of corrupt into a demon and
yeah,
cause like the drums like fuse to his body. He's
and
literally like killing people with like his art
yeah.
essentially.
And then after all this, it slaps us back into the fight. And this man is going absolute Wu Tang mode on these drums, dude. Like, he's
Yeah.
going nuts. He's just smacking the shit out of him in no particular fashion. And he's fucking
Mhm.
up Tanjiro. Um,
Yeah.
and Tanjiro is just, bouncing and bouncing and bouncing again. And he finally just
Hmm.
figures out, like, oh, he's figuring out that he can use his movements with the flow of the room in order to keep his balance. Uh,
Yeah, dude. He's been to take out the Donkey Konga champion.
yeah, and then he uses this really fucking awesome water drop flow. Like the
Hmm.
I think it was called water drop. I think that's what it was called.
I think so.
I can't remember what it was, but it was just the amazing like falling of the water from each attack was really really pretty.
Yeah.
And he starts to see the thread and cuts his fucking head off and
Yeah.
compliments the demon.
Yeah. So there's two layers to it. He refers to the demon by his name, and the demon didn't even tell him his name. So that's what sort of leads to me thinking he read what's on the, or at least saw what was on the papers.
You know, I didn't even catch on to
Because
that,
yeah,
but that makes
yeah,
sense.
because he calls because he refers to him as Kyogai, and that's who he was as a human. His name's Kyogai.
And he said his reading, or no, his drums
Yeah,
are
his
really, really
drums are
good.
beautiful. Yeah.
And the
He's like
demon,
I think yeah, he's like your blood art is pretty good.
yeah, his blood art is really
Yeah,
pretty,
and
is
he's
what he
like,
said.
yeah, yeah,
And he just receives that really
and
awesome compliment. And
and he's like, finally, my work is like the demon is like he's starting to have like tears because like he's this at this moment. As soon as he's dying, it's finally the moment whenever his artwork is like his art is recognized
yeah,
and
and
finally complimented.
it's really sad. Um, that the way that he sees the demons in a
Yeah.
human fashion. It just a
Yeah.
compassionate sense of
Hmm.
understanding between the demons and him, and I really love how the story gets more in depth with it. Um,
Hmm.
but we get this really cool like scene of him using this really awesome knife syringe. Um,
Yeah.
so basically, he just uses this knife syringe and sinks it into the body, and he throws it, and it
Yeah.
turns into a knife. It stabs him, and then the knife absorbs the blood out of the body. It
Yeah.
looked amazing. I don't know. I like knives
Hmm.
and sharp objects, so like that just really fascinated me. And then we just get this really cool like cat that pops in and takes the
Yeah, the delivery cat.
the delivery cat pops
Yeah.
in and then takes the damn it, the blood.
What?
I can't think of the
Yeah.
goddamn
Yeah.
name.
It
The
takes
samples,
it's
the
just like a
blood
blood draw. It
samples
takes the
uh,
sample.
to Mean Green and the
Hmm.
doctor. But
Yeah.
I got this
And
really
so
awesome.
Tanjiro's.
I got this really cool note referring to the compliment.
Yeah.
It says the demon finds self worth upon death and respects Tanjiro for recognizing his true talent.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
just I
And
like that note.
this is also where he makes the note that Tanjiro made effort not to trample his work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
This Tanjiro's
then
on his way out, and he's looking for the kids,
and
and
then he gets
he
fucking toasted.
gets toasted.
They throw a damn
Uh,
tea kettle at his fucking face.
yeah, dude. It's like, dude, come on, listen. It's just me. Like, don't. I'm not a demon, and I'm not gonna kill you.
And the kids are just like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. The drum disappeared, so we just picked up what we had in the room."
Hmm.
um,
So he's on his way out, and yeah, on the way out, they smell blood,
yeah,
and then we find out, oh shit, Zenitsu's being kicked by Mr. Boarhead,
yeah. Zenitsu's just getting his
and
ass kicked.
yeah,
Like,
and you know what? Zenitsu's kind of bro here because he's protecting the box. He's like, dude, I know there's a fucking demon there. Let me kill it.
yeah,
And he's like, no, like Tanjiro wants to make sure this box is taken care of. I don't care what's in it. I'm going to protect it.
yeah,
And so we get a flashback to what Zenitsu was doing while after they escaped.
right,
And dude, the wind animation's so nice looking in
yeah.
this shot.
It is really
Like
really
the wind
good.
just blows through his fucking clothes. It's so pretty. It's so nice. Looks
Yeah,
really good. But
Um,
yeah,
just in general,
you
the flow of wind in the whole anime is incredible. The way that it works with the kimonos and like different attacks that they use, like the wind is actually
yeah.
adjusted to their attacks. And I find,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, the detail that they didn't need to put in there is what makes it really, really good. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but go ahead,
But
sorry.
yeah, but it turns out so Zenitsu also has some extra senses. Not only does he have good hearing, but he has the power of the vibe check.
He does. He has the
He
Tama.
can
He has the Tama hero.
yeah, he can sense presences because he also sensed Nezuko's presence in the box.
No,
And
he's the Tama hero of the story.
mhm. I don't know if I'd go that far, but
I would. He is the Tama hero.
maybe. This is a Toba hero like action of protecting the box, so I'll say that.
Okay, whatever.
Um, but anyways, what um but anyways, he's just getting it cuts back to time to current time and seeing Zenitsu getting fucking the absolute shit kicked out of him this causes something to snap in Tanjiro.
Oh yeah,
And then
like
the episode ends with him going in to fight the Boar Man.
yeah, man. That fight's
Yeah.
crazy too.
Yeah. We'll get
But
into that in the next episode.
we'll get
But yeah, is
into
there
that
anything
in the
else you want to
next
mention
one.
about this episode here?
Honestly, no. I mean, we pretty much covered it. I really like that we found out that Zenitsu has insanely cool powers. He knows things from vibrations and even reads people's fucking minds. It's crazy. Um,
Yeah.
and just the absolute action that he took to protect the box was just amazing. I love
Great.
the
Mhm.
and the way that um the way that Borhat gets tossed around, not physically, but like as a character in the next few
Yeah.
episodes is
Oh, dude,
amazing.
he's one of my favorites.
I would say
Um,
that he's probably one of my favorites too. I would have to say, oh, he's probably one of my
yeah.
favorites. But we will get into
Hmm.
that in the
In
next
the
one.
next episode.
So that being
So,
said,
uh,
is there anything that you would like to
so
add?
not not really. It's just it's Demon Slayer again is really really fucking good.
It's a goat.
If you've not
It's the goat.
if 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 you've not watched it,
Mhm.
you should watch it. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It is a little tropey in some areas, but other than that, the fucking high octane animation and character beats are all really really solid.
Oh yeah, it's like everything that flows into this anime has been
Mhm.
gold. It's been
Yeah.
the Midas touch type of situation.
So at this point, Red, how are you feeling about how you just sort of slept on this for a good bit?
I'm kind of pissed because of what happens in the what we're going to be covering in the future episodes.
Yeah.
That I waited so long because
Hmm.
man, these next few episodes that we're gonna get to are crazy.
Crazy.
Holy
Yeah,
shit, it's
dude.
good. Um,
Hmm. But
especially last
other
night,
than
I had
that,
goosebumps, bro. Like goosebumps.
yeah.
And y'all might know what I'm
Yeah.
referring to, but we're not gonna discuss it right now. But
Yeah, that'll come in time. That'll come in time.
with all that being said, if you liked our
Red.
video, just make sure you share your support, like and subscribe. Share this with your friends if you want to share it with your friends. I mean that's cool and all. Um, by the way, I don't know if everybody that just subscribes to us knows we do have other social media such as Twitter. And we're also working on some other things right now that you guys are going to absolutely love. We're going to, in this episode, we're going to tag our Twitter information to if you want to follow our
Yeah.
Twitter. Please do
Hmm.
because we put all of our information on there when we're going to release an episode or we're going to do constant updates of the things that we're going to be covering in the future.
Yeah.
And
I haven't updated it in a while, but I'm gonna try to get more on track on doing
like I
that.
said, we just want
Life's been really
to
busy.
yeah, I understand. Like things get in the
Yeah.
way, but we're gonna try to stay more in touch with you guys. But please, please, please stick with us. And if you have any suggestions, please just let us know. We're always down for criticism, whether it be good or bad. We're still gonna read it. Um, but that being said, Bobso, carry it away.
All right, well, I'm Bob, so the Elder Weeb,
And I am Red, the bald-headed wonder.
and you just got done watching the
The
Anime
anime
Boys.
boys. Anime
You
boys.
boys.
See ya.
See ya.